just the adjustments in a game too. What's been usually, over the years for you? What's been the when you come out for a loss?
Yeah, just play harder. Just play harder with more intensity. Just play with more focus. Usually that's how I go.
Curious, you talked about just being poised. When you're on being the road team. How did you feel like you guys handled that part?
Yeah, I think they hit us with a little flurry there in the third where they was making a lot of shots. But I think to start the third quarter, if you go back and watch, we was down 10, 11, maybe 15 going into the end of the first half, and we was able to cut that lead into 4. And we had some good momentum playing hard on both ends of the floor, and then they made some shots, and we fouled, and we couldn't rebound. So I think it's a 6 minute, 7 minute stretch where everything unfolded for us, everything went their way on the other end, and that's usually how it goes in the playoffs. A couple minutes can turn the whole series, and they turned it in that third quarter.
Look, if you guys went small, and obviously that would lead you to having to guard Gobert, and that physical matchup when they stay big and you guys go small. What do you feel like are keys to sustaining what you guys need to do?
Yeah, just playing a little faster, just box out a little bit more. I mean, they're taller than us too, so sometimes when you physical as you can, a guy can just reach over top of you and grab the ball sometimes, or just be bigger than you. So add a little bit more physicality to it. Maybe do our work a little bit earlier now since we're a smaller team. When we go small and they're playing against taller guys, we playing against taller guys. So maybe do our work earlier before the ball gets up, hit guys. Just be a little bit more physical earlier, and then try to get out and get some transition baskets.
Containing Ant in the first half. What do you feel kind of got away in that third quarter?
Yeah, he just got it going, making mid-range shots, some over a contest, and then once you see those go in, you start bombing threes, and confidence is through the roof. He's a dynamic player that can get loose at any time, so we got to do it as a group.
What makes Jaden McDaniels so good as a perimeter defender?
His athleticism and his length he can make up for a lot of, if he gets beat, he can make up for it because of his quickness and his length.
Is the crowd a factor here, or are you so used to playoff stuff that this is no different than any other playoff atmosphere?
Yeah, crowd's always a factor. I don't think it disrupts us or throws guys off their game. It definitely ignites their team as well. But we've been playing tough crowds our whole lives, so I don't think that's too much of it.
Kevin, when Eric Gordon's a veteran, he's been through a lot. Do you say anything to him when he's been struggling a little bit, or you just kind of let him do his thing?
No, I just try to put him in better positions when he's out on the floor, keep trusting. And he got confidence in his game, and we want everybody to be confident when they go out there.
Any positives from the game on Saturday that you'd like to perhaps capitalize upon or grow in the second game, or what are your thoughts on that?
Just play harder, and we have built our identity up throughout the whole season, so stick to that, but do it just better, to be honest.
Kevin, how important is it just to come out to a fast start just at the beginning, especially on the road with this crazy crowd?
Yeah, I mean, we want to, we want to come out there and hit first and try to set the tone. And it's a game of runs in the NBA, so when they counter-punch and hit us back, we just got to be poised and fight through it and get through it, especially on the road. And, they get some energy, hit a few shots on the road that can ignite you. So, it's a fight that you just got to, put your guards up and then make some counter punches as well. It's just a back and forth, and you just got to be ready for it.
How nice is it to silence the crowd when it does happen, though?
It's just way. I don't even worry about the crowd, to be honest. We know they're a factor. We know they're going to be enthused, but we're not playing against them. We're playing against the other team. We're playing against trying to be a better version of ourselves. So, if we do something well, just go back to the huddle and see how we can move on and get better from there and keep building.
When teams are top blocking you guys, how much does it help to have Nurks passing in those situations for the backdoors?
It's always good that we can have a pressure release when guys want to overplay. We get a lot of those this year. And Nurk, Drew, our bigs do a good job of recognizing it.
There's always those overreactions after a game one. As a veteran team, how important is it to just kind of, from fans, media, all those people, how important is it to block out the noises?
Sometimes it's about going out there and doing your job. It's hard to block out noise nowadays. You see it everywhere, so you just got to play through it and fight through it and understand that's just the nature of our game now. You're going to hear shit all the time, every day. Even when you're watching games. Everybody watched games last night. Talked about the whole league throughout every game, so it's stuff that we just got to live in and live through and just play our game. And I think everybody here understands that.
One thing you mentioned after this game was missing some bunnies, missing some lays, and missing some open threes. How important is it to take advantage of those looks when in a series?
I feel like I missed like 3 or 4 easy shots that would have got us in momentum. I feel like I drove to the rim a couple times and missed some lays and then missed a couple pull-ups. And those shots are huge for our team because they need me to knock those down at those times. So, yeah, just being more focused when the ball's in my hands and having more fundamentals when the ball goes up and expecting to make every shot I take, you know. So just got to be better next game when it comes to the shot making. And also just playing with more force.
After games, do you go back and look at those shots that you think you could have made? I mean, do you see what you were doing?
Yeah, definitely. You try to analyze the game and see how you can incorporate that into the next game and see what you can take away. You know, it's just about adjusting. So most of the time, it's just about fundamentals. You know, if you keep the same fundamentals, I'll be solid.
Is it angles you're looking at the most, or is it fundamentals, like you said?
Fundamentals. It's about a bunch of stuff. Just really just trying not to think too much. You just get into your spots and playing the game. And whatever the game displays to you, just go out there and try to adjust and take what the game gives us.
Even at your stage, though, do you have mechanical adjustments that you're making on the fly all the time?
Not really. Try to stick to the same script, but just know that you may have to sometimes, you know, so being open-minded to that, you know, and relying on the teammates and just letting the game play out how it plays out and seeing how I can fit inside of